Welcome to my YouTube channel True Crime Stories. Sometimes a story starts with a simple, bright image, a young woman, full of life. Nicola Furlong was 21, from County Wexford, Ireland. She had a spark of love for adventure and was studying in Japan, a dream come true. But her story ended abruptly, her future stolen in the darkest hours of a Tokyo night. Her name became a headline, but before that she was just Nicola, a daughter, a sister, a friend. This isn't just a story about a crime, it's about what's lost when a life is violently taken. The impact ripples out family, friends, even strangers feel it. Nicola's story reminds us that behind every true crime headline is a real person with dreams and a favorite song. We'll look at what happened, step by step, to remember not just how she died, but how she lived. The details are hard, but necessary. They hold the truth and the warning signs. The story of Nicola Furlong is a puzzle with missing pieces and sharp edges. It's about a night out that went horribly wrong, about trust misplaced, and a system that many feel failed her. So, let's go back to May 2012, to Tokyo, a city where Nicola felt she was finally finding her place. She was thriving, happy with a future mapped out in her mind. But on one night that map was torn to pieces. A single evening ended everything she had worked for. This is the story of that night. It's a story that forces us to look at things we'd rather not see. It's about the ripples that spread out, touching everyone. The impact is immeasurable. It changes how you see the world. Tokyo, a city of neon lights, ancient temples, and endless possibility. For Nicola it was intoxicating, a world away from Wexford. She embraced the city, exploring its vibrant streets and feeling safe in its order. But every city has two faces. The bright, bustling day and the shadowy, risky night. Tokyo is famously safe, but that sense of security can be deceiving. Nicola and her friend, both Irish students, were confident and independent, enjoying their freedom. They explored, made friends, and felt at home. But danger can exist anywhere, even in the safest places. On that night, the city's energy became a shield, one that failed. The crowds kept moving and two young women were targeted. Their trust was manipulated in a place that was supposed to be their temporary home. The vibrant city became the backdrop to a tragedy. The illusion of safety versus the reality of predatory behavior is key to understanding what happened. Nicola was surrounded by millions, yet utterly isolated in her final hours. The city's constant motion can make you think someone will notice if something is wrong. But that night, no one did. And everything changed. Before the headlines, Nicola Furlong was a daughter, a sister, a musician. In Chloe, she was known for her warmth and talent. Flute, guitar, piano. She studied business and Japanese, dreaming of teaching English in Japan. Her journey was years in the making. Studying, saving, planning. In Japan, she wasn't just a tourist, she was building a life. Friends described her as bubbly, kind, and adventurous. She was growing, learning, and becoming more confident. Nicola was living her dream, not reckless but determined and smart. Her story was interrupted by senseless violence. The person she was and was becoming was erased in an instant. Her life was a song just beginning, full of promise. This context matters. She was more than a victim. She was a bright, ambitious young woman at the peak of her life. May 23, 2012. Nicola and her friend went to a Nicki Minaj concert in Tokyo. After the show, they met two American men, Richard Hines and James Blackston, part of the tour's entourage. An invitation for drinks seemed harmless. But soon the women became incapacitated, possibly drugged, though never proven. Vulnerable, they were taken by taxi to the KO Plaza Hotel. Hotel staff saw the men maneuvering the unconscious women in wheelchairs, but intervention stopped short. Inside, Blackston assaulted Nicola's friend. Hines was alone with Nicola. The details behind that door were horrific. Nicola was helpless. Her friend, regaining consciousness, alerted staff. When help arrived, it was too late. Nicola was unresponsive. She was pronounced dead at the hospital. The cause was strangulation. A night of celebration ended in tragedy. The music had stopped. Nicola's vibrant life was extinguished in a sterile hotel room, far from home. A single night changed everything. The warning signs were there, but no one acted in time. The tragedy was complete. The investigation was swift. Hines and Blackston were arrested. The autopsy was clear. Nicola had been strangled. Hines was charged with murder, Blackstone with sexual assault. The trial in Japan was agonizing for Nicola's family. Hines claimed her death was unintentional, but the evidence said otherwise. The verdict: Blackstone received 3 years for assault, Hines 5 to 10 years for murder. For the Furlongs, it was a devastating blow, 10 years at most, for their daughter's life. The sentence felt like an insult, a declaration that Nicola's life had little value. The family's grief was compounded by a system they felt had failed them. The case raised questions about justice and the value of life across legal systems. For the Furlongs, there was a verdict, but no justice. The pain of loss was now joined by the pain of betrayal. The world watched, and many agreed. Nicola Furlong's legacy is the memory of who she was, a talented, loving, adventurous young woman. Her family works to ensure she's remembered as more than a victim. Her story is a lesson about vigilance, the illusion of safety, and the need to trust your instincts. It forces us to talk about consent, vulnerability, and the responsibility to intervene. The injustice of her sentence sparked international debate about justice for victims abroad. The Furlong family's strength gave Nicola a voice when hers was silenced. Ultimately, her name echoes as a call for remembrance. Nicola's story demands that we remember the human being at its center. Her song was left unfinished, but the echo of her name urges us to never forget. Listen closely and remember.